Hello, friends and family, to another Space and Time podcast. We're hoping you're having a wonderful day. My name is Ryan Aussie Smith.
And I'm Angela Eureka Smith. I feel like that was like a cue.
You were meant to say it. It's kind of like a broad radio show
Did you just
kind
call
of
me
thing.
abroad?
Yeah, a broad, a lovely broad. But welcome everybody. We're hoping that you're having a wonderful Tuesday. It is Tuesday.
It is
technically.
Tuesday.
Yeah. We've got a couple of updates for you today in regards to the new issue coming out, as well as some other things on our little to-do list
We do have.
thing.
We're organized. To-do list.
But Angela, what's the first thing that we've got?
I got a new tattoo. Look, it's amazing. It's Anubis. So, oh, that's not on the list. Sorry.
Wait, do I have? No. I used to have a zoom in on this function, and I was going to do that, but it didn't happen. But, like, you can get it closer to the...
That's Anubis.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. Anyways, that was what I was doing last night.
Uh-huh.
Official publishing business. Had to, branding. That's what it is. I'm branding,
Exactly.
rebranding as Anubis.
Because, like, Space and Time is all about Egyptian gods.
Yeah. It's speculative. So you could speculate if Anubis was real or not. I dare you.
Absolutely.
Let's have an argument. No.
All right.
All right. So, anyways, back to like the serious business. We have the 151 fiction table of contents ready to announce. So I'm super excited about that. We've got Recoverable Loss. I'm going to butcher everybody's names, so I apologize. Recoverable Loss by Gabrielle Makosi. We have Pony by A.J. Parker. And Then We Died by J.D. Strunk. Of Unknown Colossi by Chris Nelson. Taped Shut by Isha Jane. The Last Beacon of Shattered Light by Deborah Tiller. The Ego Auditorium by Kelly Murashige. And Department of Magical Irrelevance by Misha Rogers. And then I say this every time, it's an awesome lineup.
It's an awesome line. I was very impressed with the Murashugi. Yeah, that's what is that, like a Japanese Murashigi?
I think it is Japanese, which is something to bring up. Our contributors are from all over the world. I think Gabrielle is actually in Italy. I can't remember where AJ Parker is, but we have, I believe, like a Switzerland, and like
We have a Switzerland.
yeah, we have a Switzerland, bingo. But yeah, we have probably about 5 or 6 different countries represented in this table of contents,
Oh, no, very
and
cool.
that was last issue as well.
Yeah.
So
No, very cool. It's cool to have a different perspective as well, because each culture has a really unique and interesting perspective.
yeah,
But yeah, that's very cool.
yeah, and the stories are all on rest as resistance. Yes.
Whoops. I always forget to turn that off, and it restarts when I do it. So, but that's okay. I always forget it.
I think it was kind of like a good mic drop, like rest is resistance. And then I was thinking about which issue is 151, because I've got 3 issues at the same time floating around. Pretty sure it's rest is resistance.
Yeah.
Thinking about the stories now.
I don't know. I don't have it up currently. All I have
Yeah.
up is Specpoverse.
Oh no, it's not rest is resistance. It's something else. But we'll figure it out next. I can't remember.
When you live in the future and the past, then there's issues.
Yes,
with,
I'm occupying 3 months all at
Yeah.
the same time in my head.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of what happens.
now I'm thinking back to the stories, like what was the common thread between all the stories? Anyways, stay tuned. We'll announce that next month.
We'll
next
announce
week.
what it actually is. Yeah.
But yeah, they were all on a theme, and I know what that theme is.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you right now.
No,
'cause
no,
it's
no.
a secret.
We're being very political about
Yeah,
it. It's a
yeah.
great theme. It's the most bestest theme in the whole world.
Yes.
But stay tuned. Wait, the camera's here. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, that's that. But congratulations to everybody. These are awesome stories. So excited with the quality of work that we're getting submitted. We're a semi-pro magazine, but the work that we get is all pro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are like award-winning stories.
Well, the ones we select.
Well, that's
There's
true.
some interesting things, but I think like for pro magazines, you'd have some interesting things as well.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is that it's actually hard to select because there's so
There's so
many.
much. Yeah.
I think we had 22 or 23 finalists
Yes. Yeah.
or more, and that is like the ones that you're like, oh, this is so good, I can't let this go.
Yeah.
So, and then it comes down to how closely did they follow the theme.
Yeah, you have to
Essentially.
start narrowing it down because yeah, if you have like 20 really good stories, but that's the thing. Sometimes we can use stories in other issues
Oh
like moving
yeah.
forward, and because we're doing monthlies
Hmm.
now, that's always a possibility moving forward.
Yeah, and we actually did take a story or two
Yeah,
that was maybe not quite on theme for this issue, but it was perfect for a different issue. I
yeah,
think I took two extra ones like that for different
yeah.
issues going forward. So, if you do have a perfect story and it fits one of our themes, probably wait until that theme happens. But I don't know. I don't want to clickbait everybody and
Yeah,
say I'm like,
yeah.
take it, but it could happen.
Definitely gonna happen.
So, but yeah, and then the second thing is talking about the bilingual flip books, which
Yes.
we're super excited about. And this is one of them, but it's not the one. This is a sample, and I just used In Eugenie as a test, but probably the July issue. The plan is to have the books published, the magazine published in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, and then you flip the book, and then it's English, American English, or whatever English.
Except what happened when we tried to flip it this time?
Oh, well, somebody did the PDF. Anyways, we learned about PDFs, which is why we had to have the physical thing to look
You
at.
have to physically look at
You
it.
can't just reverse the PDF. You have
Yeah.
to also reverse the page order.
So yeah, it's upside down. So technically it's backwards,
Mm-hmm.
but it makes reading in
That's Portuguese. Yeah, that's Portuguese.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Going home didn't take
Oh
long.
no, that is English.
That's the English. So I had the
You're in
Portuguese up
safe
the right way.
hands with this editor,
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
tell you.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have it upside down. So the Portuguese is technically like this, but now it's upside down. So
Yeah. Yeah, but
makes reading in Portuguese extra hard for some reason. I don't
it's a
know
super
why.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is you read it in the language of your choice, and then you flip it and you read it in the other language.
Going backwards.
Yeah, which
Just
will
like
not.
Japanese, you write
Yes.
left to right, right to left,
That's
whatever.
why it's done like that right now.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll fix that in the next one.
Yeah,
So you're not reading
backwards.
reversed. Yeah, but I'm super excited because it did indeed work. So you can see that's the end of the Portuguese, and then that's the beginning of the English, although that really should be up here.
It's fine.
So
It's fine.
working on it. But anyways, yeah, in July we're hoping that the magazine will be a bilingual edition like
Yeah.
that.
So bilingual, so then we can flip it and add more in, and
Yeah, build those bridges between
Yeah.
the culture that we live in now and the culture we came from.
which would be really, really cool. And then potentially, who knows where that goes in the future? We
Yeah.
might potentially have that in other countries as well.
Yeah, so if you want space and time in your country, in your language, invite us
Yes.
and give us a house
And give us a house.
to live in, and
Just-
we'll do it.
Like, we just need a house to
We
live
need
in.
someplace to live.
Yeah.
So,
Alrighty.
and speaking of other editions, we do have the dyslexia-friendly and the large print editions for this one. That was what we're doing with this one. And those are underway. I should have those finished tonight and be getting them up and sending everybody their work in those editions. So that's been a little bit of an extra challenge because we took some layout, creative layout, which don't really work that great with the dyslexia-friendly and large print editions. So I'm having to adjust the creative layout.
Yeah.
So that's a little extra work, but that's okay. It's worth it.
I think the dyslexia edition is creative unto itself, and the
It
large
is.
print edition is like basically images for every single letter. So
Yeah.
that's creative as well. So
I'm going to say, and I'm not judging large print editions
you
or
are.
anything, but they give
Yes,
me
you
like
are.
anxiety as I'm reading it because
Yeah.
it's just too big, and it's like there's something wrong.
what's it called when you're afraid of big things? It's like the opposite of agoraphobia.
Oh yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like megalophobia or something like.
Megalophobia.
I
I
don't
might
know.
have that because I get
can't
like a
remember.
little panicked when I'm looking at the large
Specifically,
print.
and usually it's like big hands reaching down from space or something
Yeah.
like that freaks you out. But yeah, I think it's something.
Yeah.
but
Well, we
who
won't
knows?
dwell on it too much because I
Yes.
want to start having a panic attack on live
Fair
on
enough.
Space and Time podcast.
Fair enough.
And then we only have two other things.
Mm-hmm.
One is talking about the future content of this. And hey, David, by the way, we talk about David's book in this current issue, I believe, the one that just came out, 150.
Okay.
So he's in my new and whatever I called it column where I talk about great books that just came out.
So you actually work on this magazine, right? Because you seem to. It's very very loosey goosey. It's very kind of
I changed the title from one edition to the next. So
right.
in April it was one thing, and I was like, oh, this is a much better
Yeah.
title. I think it's like new book launches or something, and then now I can't remember what
So
I
think
called
of
it.
space and time kind of like freeform jazz. It's like
It is.
scatting and it's constantly changing and improvisation.
It's
Um,
improvised publishing.
yeah, a little bit of like, improvised acting and comedy. That's why we keep
Yeah.
getting booed out of supermarkets.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I like improvised publishing though. It's very
improvised publishing.
jazzy.
It's not at all.
Jazz hands.
All right, so what do we have? We have the sponsor.
Oh, we're talking
Or
about our
future
future
content,
content
yeah.
for the Space and Time podcast. This here future content that you are watching at this moment.
Yes.
Originally, when we started this, the point was we were going to be reading, mostly the guy with the voice was going to be reading the poetry and the stories from the issue to help get everybody's work out there to a wider range. And then the first issue, we couldn't do it necessarily because we had 31 poets and I think 8
We were
prose. We were
a
piling it
bit
on.
stacked. We had to tighten our belts.
Yeah, and then the second one, we meant to do that, but then with the late cover and the late publishing and all that, it
Yeah.
kind of got off kilter. So next week, we're going to get into that though, and we are going to be reading excerpts, not the whole thing because we have to pack it all in one,
Yeah.
but the excerpts from the current issue of 150. And then in 151, we will be actually sharing the content. So this will turn more into an entertainment with updates instead of just all updates, which I feel like are kind of boring.
Yeah.
Especially when we have such amazing work.
Yeah, we have some good
So,
content.
yeah. So that will change next week. And then going forward, we'll
Yep.
get on track with that. That's the
Yep.
whole point of this podcast was to share everybody's work.
Mhm.
And then after that, it's just the sponsor.
And tell us about our sponsor today.
Our sponsor is a poetry platform. It was Miguel O. Mitchell, who I believe is in this last issue, and Michael Hessel-Mile, and they together formed Specpoverse. And on Specpoverse, they actually publish poetry and pay. They're a paying market, but it's specifically speculative poetry, and it's to elevate the genre and give people who write speculative poetry another place to put their work. And so it's a home for poets working at the imaginative edges of language, story, and possibility. Dedicated to speculative poetry, the journal brings together voices from different countries, languages, and life experiences to create a multicultural vision. I do speak English of what poetry can become.
And this is them, correct?
Yep, that's them. So you can go on there. How to submit poems gives you all the information you need. You can check out some of the older issues. They are a paying market. I can't remember how much they pay. Oh, $5. So they pay the same as Space and Time. I almost said Spec and Time. Ooh, I like that title.
Spec in Time.
Changing the title of the magazine.
Title of magazines gone.
Spec and Time.
Yep.
But yeah, so they're one of our highlights that we want to support. It's because of people like Specpoverse that supports the magazine and why we can go monthly. So
Yeah, and they do have a donations page as well.
Mm-hmm.
By the looks of it. So
yeah,
some really great stuff.
yeah. So, and that is our sponsor for this week. We have a lot of plans coming up. Speaking of donations, I probably shouldn't even bring this up. I'm going to bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
One of the future plans, maybe in July, because we have to get through this issue first, is to, I was reading that you can have a QR code for your PayPal. And so we thought, what a great idea would it be to have that QR code for each different author and poet that wants to participate.
Oh yeah, I remember this conversation.
Yeah, and actually at the end of your story, there is your PayPal QR code, so people could tip you directly.
Yeah.
So if you're super moved by a story, how cool would it be to be like, oh, I love the story, it meant a lot to me. I can send that author $5.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like doing typing or busking in the street, and
Yeah.
then people can provide you additional money because
Yeah.
say hypothetically you come across a poem that actually changes your life,
Yeah.
you want to provide that.
Yeah.
You know, if you help out the poet that writes a poem that changes your life, they can do more of that.
Change your life more.
So they change your life more, and then you don't even know what your life is doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I remember that conversation, and I was like, yeah, that's really cool. I don't even know how we got onto that topic, but it was one of our random things.
Coffee
Yeah,
conversations.
but I really like the idea of, at the end of every single story, at the end of every single poem, you can donate money directly to that artist that is working, and the benefit is like we get the payment information from the artist, so then we can just create the QR codes and go from there, and then you're paying an artist and not AI. So
yeah, and I was actually thinking tip your writer. That's what we'll call it, tip your writer.
Just the tip.
So yeah, we're not going to go there. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea in a way that people can directly support. I mean, it wouldn't pass through space and time. We would just have the QR codes of their PayPal, so you'd be directly working with the person that created it.
Yeah, so that's plan moving forward.
Yeah,
we'll see if we can't get that going.
Got a lot of plans. We're working on them systematically.
Yep.
But including this podcast, which is why we're going to go to the original idea of sharing the actual stories.
Yeah.
And poetry.
I'm just thinking of the large print with a massive QR code. It's like full page.
Yeah, the large print and the dyslexia-friendly editions are awesome, and I stand behind them, and I'm really excited about them.
Yeah.
They're challenges. I'll just go with that, but worth it.
You don't have dyslexia, and you don't have to use large print yet.
Yeah.
So we're going pretty good.
But soon, I may really appreciate that large print.
Exactly. All right. So I think that's all of our updates. If you came in late, like Kerry and Emma, feel free to jump on and have a watch of the replay. A couple of little updates and exciting stuff going forward. So. To everybody else, I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and you'll hear dulcet tones. I believe you were voted creamiest voice on Twitch at one time.
That is indeed a title that I gave myself on Twitch.
Voted of one. I vote for that.
And I think I ended up putting like 3 years running, and I'd been streaming for 2, so that was the extra fuck you to the situation. But it's, confidence.
Yeah, so it is. You'll hear the self-declared creamiest voice on Twitch at
just
one
reading
point.
some stuff.
Reading the amazing stories, just excerpts this next week, and then with the next issue, we'll start doing the full stories and poems.
Yeah, and then we can maybe sell some of the old audiobooks that I used to do for Space and Time when we started.
Yeah.
It's just they were so expensive.
It was
like $20 for the audiobook on Amazon. It just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back in the day.
All right, cool dudes. We will catch you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And we love your faces.
Bye.
Bye.